Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindley. I'm a sound healer, intuitive coach, Reiki master, and I like to empower adults to heal their inner child. So it's been a minute since I've been here, and just before I started I realized how many things I have on my wrist right now. And I know this guy is a message to choose happiness, and then this wristband is covered in flamingos. So I looked up the spiritual meaning of flamingos, and they are all about cooperation, balance, and harmony. So maybe some of you are resonating with going through themes of cooperation right now. Anyways, I've had a few messages over the last couple weeks that have wanted to come out, and I think we'll focus on the first one, morals over money. This message has come up so many times, and I think will become more powerful and more prominent in the coming year, months, weeks, in that there is a divide between people who are led by money and those who are morally driven. And those that are morally driven tend to be empaths. And one of the reasons I really want to share this message is because if you haven't gone through a situation where you were betrayed for money, I'm happy for you. It's likely going to happen one day. I just kind of want to prepare you for it, because those that are morally driven have a hard time even comprehending or believing that someone could be so motivated by money. So let me give a couple of examples. I was dating someone whose, this is a very severe example, whose grandfather was in the hospital, and her aunts and uncles were keeping him on life support so that they could get more money out of him. And just hearing that story made my stomach turn. There are people like that. And in workplaces, it's huge. I think it's the most prominent in workplaces because you're there to make money. And I just ask that you all kind of give a little conscious awareness to who is surrounding you in your workplace. Do you believe they would be aligned in their integrity more than being money motivated? Because at the end of the day, we want to surround ourselves with people who are in alignment with us and who would be on our side and who would choose the truth over money. And as a part of our larger collective, there are definitely people who are very money motivated. And I believe that's where the saying comes from, the root of all evil, money is the root of all evil. It doesn't have to be. When it's seen as an evil, though, people start to idealize money as their deity, as their everything, and money is just a form of currency. It is the most widely accepted form of currency because we could all be exchanging services. Once upon a time, that was our society where everybody traded, but now we've come to accept money as the easiest way for us to exchange energy, to exchange services, it's just become a very powerful medium. And in the right hands, money can be an absolute gift. And you'll see, I've started to notice that some of the most successful business people out there are quite philanthropic. They are always donating. They are always, because that's a part of money manifestation, is viewing money as a cyclical energy where you can put it into something, it generates more coming back, Like, I want to generate money to put it into helping these people or to pay it forward in this way. And it has to come from a genuine want to and sincere thought to help others, not to get recognition. Very, very rarely are these people even mentioning where they're donating money to. It's just they feel rewarded in some way by God, by the universe, and they feel so grateful and abundantly blessed that they believe putting some money forward is the right thing to do. And it keeps that generation, that flow going. So money can be a huge asset in the right hands. And any of you who are healing their wounds with money, I encourage you strongly to continue down that trail and continue working on that. Okay, I'm back. So the part where morals come in, I'm just gonna invite a clearer energy now, is if there was something going on, let's keep the workplace as an example, where say there was an injustice, there was something untruthful, or let's use harassment for an example. So there's some bullying or harassing going on. If you were questioned in that situation, would you be so obliged to tell the truth, or would you be afraid to speak up? And that fear, where does it come from? Well, there's a string of money attached to that. Or, I mean, this happens so often. It's just checking in with our moral compass. How strong is it? What can persuade it? What kind of situations allow us to turn our backs on people because money is involved, or because we're fearful of losing a job, we're fearful of losing a promotion. There's some sort of financial strings attached. Now, if you're highly sensitive, an empath, and your morals take the front seat every time, you've probably found yourself in these situations. I found myself in them a lot, where I can't help myself, where it's like balls to the wall. There's nothing stopping me. Like, I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to, at whatever cost, do what's morally right, do what's just. Like, it doesn't, and I probably need to, I don't know, maybe there's a balance. There most definitely, probably, there's a balance. But if you're out there to stand up for those that are being bullied, or you're going to, make some waves, there's always a chance of losing that job or losing that position. And I wasn't intending to take the conversation this way, but part of what we're seeing collectively right now is like bullying is wearing out of workforces. Not able to get away with the stuff that you used to feel at. Like, we are boundaries are being enforced, and hopefully everyone should be standing up for themselves. So then when it's time for others to get involved, if they're a good person, I'm not saying like defend the work bully, but if you see something morally wrong going on or something unjust going on, speak your piece. The more this message gets out there, the more people start doing this. This is how we collectively change towards what? if we're going to make a change like this, or if this kind of change is already taking place, which it is, all we're going to see is more love, more acceptance, more people able to be themselves, more, alignment with truth and with meaning and being free to be authentic. There's no purpose to fear mongering, bullying, coercion, holding money over someone's head, coercing them to stay. And it's always 99% of the time there's money involved. And I get that it's tricky for some, but you know what? Choosing morals has never brought me to a wrong place. It's always been a step up. Yeah, it gets dark for a little bit. Yeah, it sucks when you recognize that everyone turned their back on you, or you know what? That some people you thought were your friends are actually your enemies. But that's also kind of the trash taking itself out. That's rejection is God's protection. That is seeing those for who they truly are. And those who never had your back in the first place are eventually going to turn it later on. So getting out of that situation is only going to align you into something of a higher vibration. It's going to align you into something where there are people with similar values. It always does. It always does. And it's a test from the universe. And I believe we're all going to be put to this test at some point, because we are collectively going through this conscious awakening. And part of it is, part of ascension is moving into traits of a higher vibration, and truth is the highest vibration. So once people are out of those situations, things start to shatter and shed and fall off. It's like the dust. And you're able to see clearly again. It always happens. Justice will always come when you're least expecting it, or when it's least expected. Because it's happening everywhere. All these free rights movements, all these things that weren't talked about, that are talked about now. This is why it's so important for us to protect free speech, because every voice deserves to be heard. Every unique, authentic expression should be allowed. We are unique. We should be supported for being unique. We should be allowed to step into our divine authenticity every day. And it shouldn't be a scary thing. We don't all need to be the head down robotic people that are motivated by the same thing, money. We don't need to do that. And it's part of my generation, the trailblazers, that are speaking this truth, because it's the younger ones that are really gonna shake things up. They're gonna be making moves, gonna be creating businesses where this is accepted. A lot of the generation younger than me can't even imagine what it was like when I was their age in a work. We couldn't express anything. I remember having very, very few freedoms in the workspace, but that's all changing. And I'm excited to see new businesses growing, and to see new businesses formed where a day off is encouraged, where mental health breaks are encouraged, where vacation time is mandatory. Anyways, I don't know how we got to this, but I'm getting off topic. Anyways, I'm going to end this here, and hope you all or someone got something out of this, and I wish you all a beautiful and blessed rest of your day. Bye.